In this session, we'll discuss about binomial coefficients. Let's see what is binomial coefficient. The binomial coefficient, that is C of n, r or NCR, is the number of ways that R objects can be chosen from among n possibilities or n objects. That is, the number of R elements, subsets, or R combinations of an n element set. N and R are positive values. These are represented as NCR is equal to n factorial divided by n minus R factorial into R factorial, where n greater than or equal to R. So this is the factorial of a number. For example, if n equal to 5, then n factorial is equal to 5 factorial. That is 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 is equal to 120. So factorial 5 is equal to 120. Factorial of 0 is 1. Here we use direct calculation using separate for loop to calculate each value, namely x for n factorial, y for n minus r factorial, and z for r factorial. Before that, we'll see some of the example. For the same formula, we'll input 8 and 3. C of 8, 3. So here n equal to 8 and r equal to 3. So that is, it can be written as 8C3. That is nothing but 8 factorial, that is n factorial, divided by n minus r factorial, that is 8 minus 3 factorial, into r factorial, that is 3 factorial. That is equal to 8 factorial divided by 5 factorial into 3 factorial. 8 factorial is nothing but 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, divided by 5 factorial is nothing but 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 into 3 factorial is nothing but 3 into 2 into 1. So here 5 factorial is cancelled. 5 into 4 into 3 into 1 get cancelled. Remaining is 8 into 7 into 6 divided by 3 into 2 into 1. That is nothing but 336 divided by 6 is equal to 56. Now 8C3 is equal to 56. In the same way, 5C2 is equal to 10. 5C4 is equal to 5. For example, 10C10 is equal to 1. 5C5 is equal to 1. If both n and r are same, then its resultant is 1. Let's see the program for this. This is a C program to calculate binomial coefficient. It starts with the header file stdio.h to support input and output statements, then the main function, then we'll declare the variables. So here int n, r, I, then long int x, y, z, n, c, r. So here for these terms we have considered the data type as long int, because factorial of number may cross the range of the integer. So we use long int. So here x. So x is used to represent n factorial. Next variable y, that is used to represent n minus r factorial, and z, that is nothing but r factorial. Then finally the resultant value, that is NCR. So either you can use this variable or you can use your own variables. Combination or result is equal to any variable, you can use it here. So next is enter the value of n and r. So you are saying the user to enter the value for n and r. So read n and r. Let me take n is equal to 5 and r is equal to 2. Next, initialize the variable fact, that is n factorial, n minus r factorial and r factorial equal to 1. That is the term x equal to y equal to z equal to 1. The initial value of all these terms, that is this one, n factorial, n minus r factorial and r factorial, is equal to 1. So here we are considering x for factorial n. That is, calculate x as factorial of 1. So first we are going to calculate this term n factorial. So here for this n factorial we have considered the variable as x. For that we are using for loop. That is, for I equal to n, I greater than or equal to 1, I minus minus. As we know that for loop has three parts. First is initialization, second conditional expression, third increment or decrement. So we have considered initially I equal to n, that is whatever the value we are reading, that is n value, here it is 5, is assigned to a variable I. So now the value of I equal to 5. So here the value I is equal to 5. So that is executed only once. That is nothing but the initialization statement is executed only once at the beginning of for loop. Now I is equal to 1. Next, check the condition. Is I greater than or equal to 1? Here the value of I is equal to 5. So is 5 greater than or equal to 1? Yes, true. Now perform the corresponding operation. So this will be done later because I minus minus, that is nothing but post decrement. Okay, so here the condition is true, 5 greater than or equal to 1. So complete the process, that is perform the operation until the condition is false. Now what is x here? X is equal to x into I. As we know that the initial value of x is 1 here. So 1 into I. I is nothing but value of n, that is 5. So 1 into 5, that is nothing but 5. Now the value of x is equal to 5. Again, after performing this operation, decrement the value of I by 1. Now I is equal to 4. The initial value of I is 5. After decrementing it by 1, now the value of I is equal to 4. That is I is equal to 5 minus 1 is equal to 4. Again check the condition. I greater than or equal to 1. Now the value of I is equal to 4. Is 4 greater than or equal to 1? Yes, 4 is greater than or equal to 1. So perform this operation, that is x is equal to x into I. Now what is the value of x previous value? That is 5. 5 into, now the present value of I is 4. 5 into 4 equal to 20. Now after performing this operation, decrement the value of I by 1. Now the value of I is equal to 4 minus 1 equal to 3. At the end of this, the value of x is 20 and the value of I is equal to 3. Again check the condition. Is 3 greater than or equal to 1? Yes. Perform this operation. x is equal to x into I. That is x is equal to the value of x is 20. 20 into 3. That is x is equal to 30. Now decrement the value of I by 1. That is I is equal to 3 minus 1 equal to 2. Now check the condition. Is 2 greater than or equal to 1? Yes. Perform this operation. X is equal to x into I. The value of x is 60. So 60 into 2 is equal to 120. Now the value of x is equal to 120. Again decrement the value of I by 1. That is I is equal to I minus 1. That is 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. Again check the condition. Is 1 greater than or equal to 1? Yes. So perform this operation. X is equal to x into I. That is 120 into 1 is equal to 120. Now decrement the value of I by 1. That is I is equal to 1 minus 1 equal to 0. Now the value of I is 0. Again check the condition. Is 0 greater than or equal to 1? No. False. So now come out of this loop. At the end of this section x value is 120. That is nothing but n factorial is equal to 120. See, n is nothing but 5. 5 factorial. What is the value of 5 factorial? That is 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. That is nothing but 120. Now using this concept we got the same value. X is equal to 120. X term is nothing but n factorial. That is n factorial is equal to 120. Now we go for this term n minus r factorial. In the program this term is represented using the variable y. So perform the operation. So calculate y as factorial of n minus r. What is the condition here? I is equal to n minus r. So here this is applied for n factorial. So initial value of I is n. So here we are considering y for n minus r factorial. So the initial value of I is n minus r. So what is n? In the beginning we have read the value of n is equal to 5. Then value of r is equal to 2. So I is equal to n minus r. That is 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. Now the value of I is equal to 3. Next check the condition. Is 3 greater than or equal to 1? Yes. Condition is true. Now perform this operation. That is y is equal to y into I. That is y is equal to y. The initial value of y is 1. From this line we'll get the value of y is equal to 1. 1 into I. I is nothing but 3 here. 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. So 1 into 3 is equal to 3. Now decrement the value of I by 1. That is 3 minus 1 is equal to 2. So after this what we'll get? The value of y is equal to 3 and value of I is equal to 2. So this is the post decrement. Decrement is done later. So after performing this operation we need to decrement the value of I by 1. Now check the condition. Is 2 greater than or equal to 1? Yes. Perform this operation. That is y is equal to y into I. That is y is equal to 3 into 2 is equal to 6. So after performing this operation decrement the value of I by 1. That is I is equal to 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. So now y is equal to 6 and I is equal to 1. Again check the condition. Is 1 greater than or equal to 1? Yes. Perform the operation. Y is equal to the value of y is 6. 6 into value of I is 1. 1. 6 into 1 is equal to 6. Now decrement the value of I by 1. I is equal to 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. That is the value of y is 6. Value of I is 0. Again check the condition. Is 0 greater than or equal to 1? No. False. Now the final value of y is equal to 6. That is nothing but n minus r factorial. This term is 6. See, if you consider this formula, 5c2, 5 minus 2 factorial, that is nothing but 3 factorial. What is 3 factorial? 3 into 2 into 1, that is nothing but 6. Right. Now, using this concept, we got the value of y, that is n minus r factorial is equal to 6. Now, calculate the third term, that is r factorial. For this term, we are considering the variable as z. So that is calculate z as factorial of r. For I is equal to r. So that is third term is r. So the initial value of I is equal to r. So what is the value of r? So that is 2. Now I is equal to, is 2 greater than or equal to 1? Yes. Perform the operation of z. That is z is equal to the value of z, initial value of z is 1. So 1 into value of I is 2. That is we got from here. So 1 into 2 is equal to 2. Now z is equal to 2. Decrement the value of I by 1. That is I is equal to 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. Again check the condition. Is 1 greater than or equal to 1? Yes. Perform this operation, that is z is equal to z into I. That is the value of z is 2. 2 into 1 is equal to 2. Now the value of z is 2. Now decrement the value of I by 1. That is I is equal to 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. Again check the condition. Is 0 greater than or equal to 1? False. Now z is equal to, that is r factorial is equal to 2. Okay. So this formula r factorial is nothing but this value 2 factorial. 2 factorial is nothing but 2 into 1, that is nothing but 2 itself. From this program itself we got the value z is equal to. Now finally compute the binomial coefficient, that is NCR is equal to x divided by y into z. That is nothing but this same formula, x this term divided by y into z. Now what is the value of x? What we got from this? X is nothing but 120 divided by y is nothing but 6. Z is nothing but 2. That is 120 divided by 6 into 2. That is 120 divided by 12. That is nothing but 10. Now finally print the value. This percent D stands for N. Then C, this percent D stands for R. Finally this percentage D stands for this resultant value. That is 5C2 is equal to 10. Okay, so this is the output of this program. If you consider some other value, let me consider enter the value of n and r. N is 10, r is also 10. 10c10 is equal to 1. 8c3 is equal to 56. So this is the output of this program. Next, let's see the C program to print the table of binomial coefficients. See this formula. In order to print the table of binomial coefficient based on the given input. Let me consider the binomial of n comma r is equal to binomial of n comma r minus 1 into n minus r plus 1 divided by r. So that is the same formula. It is this one is written like this. That can also be represented in this form where r is equal to 1, 2, 3 up to n. So the value should be 1 to n. The value of r should be 1 to n. So binomial of n comma 0. If r is 0, then its resultant is 1. In this, if both n and r both are 0, then the resultant is 0. So here the table of binomial coefficient. So this is required to determine the binomial coefficient for any set of n and r. So here these are the formula. Based on this we need to write the program. That is, the binomial coefficient is 1 when either n is 0 or r is 0. So let's consider the C program which prints the table of binomial coefficient for n equal to 5. So here the program employs one do loop, that is do while, and one while loop. Let's see the program. Hash define max 5. So this is the symbolic constant where the value of variable max is 5. So the value of this variable is constant. Next, so that is nothing but we are finding the binomial coefficient for n is equal to 5. See here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till 5. So next is the main function. Then declare the variables n, r and then binomial. So we will store the resultant value. First print nr. So here the same whatever the word we have written here, the same thing is displayed here nr. Now we need to display the first row. First row contains the value of n here. So that is 0 to 5. The maximum value is 5 here. In case if we consider maximum value is 10, then we need to display 0 to 10. But here the variable max is having a constant value 5. So it ends up here. For that we are writing the for loop for n equals 0, n less than or equal to 5 plus n. So this is the pre-increment. First increment, then assign the value. Printf percentage 4d, that is d stands for n. So here the first row starts from 0 to 5. 4d, that is nothing but width of number printed is 4 space width. That is formatting and aligning the output to 4 digits. 4 digits here. So here print 0 to 5. Then put this dash line to separate n and other values. Now we'll see how to generate this table. Now print the value of r and the result of NCR. So set the initial value of n to 0. That is n equal to 0. Next use do while loop to find out the binomial coefficient. Now we'll see this program. The initial value of n is 0. Do within this loop first print the value of n percentage 2d, that is 2 space width here. Print the value of n. So what is the value of initial value of n? That is 0. So this 0 is printed here. Next r equal to 0, binomial, the variable binom is equal to 1. Next, while r less than or equal to n, so what is the value of r? That is 0. What is the value of n? That is also 0. Is 0 less than or equal to 0? Yes. 0 is less than or equal to 0. That is nothing but both the values are same. So 0 equal to 0. If it is true, then jump to this section. If n equal to 0 or r equal to 0, if any one of the condition is true, then this printf will be executed. So this is a logical OR. What is logical OR? If both the conditions are, both the operator, that is the operations are true, then the resultant is true. If any one of the section is true, then also the resultant is true. So now if n equal to 0, what is the value of n? That is 0. If 0 equal to 0 or r equal to 0, r is also 0, 0 equal to 0, then print the value of binomial. Yes, here 0 equal to 0 and 0 equal to 0. Yes, this condition is true. So print the value of binomial. What is binomial? So initial value of binomial is 1. So print 1. So here this value is printed here. So here 4 space width is provided. Now control won't come here because this condition is true. So if this condition is true, immediately after this, whatever the statement we have, that will be executed. Now control comes here. Increment the value of r equal to r by 1, that is r equal to r plus 1. What is the value of r? That is 0. 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. Now the value of r equal to 1. Again check the condition. See here we have do while. Within this do while we have one more while loop. So first this inner loop will be executed. If this inner loop fails, then only the control jumps to the outer loop. Now the value of r is incremented by 1. So check the condition. While r less than or equal to 1. Now what is the value of r here? 1. Is 1 less than or equal to 0? The value of n is 0. We have not done any modification to this. We have not updated this value. So is 1 less than or equal to 0? No. So come out of this loop. So this is where the loop ends. So this floor bracket is for else, this floor bracket is for while. Now here the condition fails, the control comes to this statement, that is printf/n. So in this previously we have printed two values 0 and 1. Now printf/n, that is nothing but the control will jump to the next line. It comes here. What we have next, that is n is equal to n plus 1. Increment the value of n by 1. Now the value of n is 0. So 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. N is equal to 1. Now we need to repeat until this condition is false. What is this condition? While n less than or equal to max. Now here the value of n is 1. Is 1 less than or equal to max? What is the value of max? That is 5. Is 1 less than or equal to 5? Yes. So the control comes here. Print the value of n. What is n? That is 1. Now the control is already in the next line. It will print the value 1. Again initialize the value r equal 0, binom is equal to 1. Check this condition. While r less than or equal to 1, what is the value of r? That is 0. Is 0 less than or equal to, what is the value of n? That is 1. That is the value what we got here. That is 0 less than or equal to 1. Yes. So check this if condition. If n equal to 0 or r equal to 0, what is the value of n? That is 1. Is 1 equal to 0? No, that is false. Or is r equal to 0? Yes, the value of r is 0. So 0 equal to 0. Yes, true. False or true? What is the result? That is true. So this condition is true. So print the value of binomial. So what is the value of binomial? That is 1. So print here. Print 1. Now the control, after executing this, the control comes here. This part won't be executed because the condition is true. If the condition is not true, then the control comes here. That is, else part will be executed. But here the condition is true. So this printf will get executed. After the execution of the statement, the control jumps to here. That is, it will increment the value of r by 1. R is equal to 0, 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. Now the value of r equal to 1. Again, check the condition. Check the inner loop. While r less than or equal to n is, the value of r is 1 now. Is 1 less than or equal to 1? Yes. Check the condition. If n equal to 0 or r equal to 0, now n is 1, r is also 1. So is 1 equal to 0 or 1 equal to 0? No, this condition is false. Now go to else part because this condition is false. If this condition is false, go to else part. What we have here, that is, binomial is equal to binomial into n minus r plus 1 divided by r. Now what is the value of binomial? That is 1. What we got from here. Plus what is the value of n? That is 1. Minus r. R is also 1. Plus 1 divided by value of r, that is 1. That is 1 into 1 minus 1 plus 1 divided by 1. That is 1. Now the value of binomial is equal to 1. Print that value. So this value is printed here. Clear? Now the value of r will be incremented by 1. What is the value of r here? 1. 1 plus 1 equal to 2. Now again check the condition. While r less than or equal to 1, that is, now r is 2. Is 2 less than or equal to 1? No. Come out of this loop and execute this statement. Printf slash n. That is nothing but the control will be jump to the next line. Now increment the value of n by 1. N equal to 1, that is 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Check this loop. While n less than or equal to max, is 2 less than or equal to 5? Yes. Again jump to this section. Print the value of n. What is n? That is 2. In the next line, this value 2 is printed. Again, r equal to 0, binomial equal to 1. Now check the condition. R is 2, n is also 2. Is 2 less than or equal to? Yes, 2 is equal to 2. So, yes. Check the if loop, if condition. If n equals 0 or r equals 0, that is n is 0, 2. Is 2 equal to 0? No, false. R, what is the value of r now? 0. Now here, sorry, this is not 2, 0. Is 0 less than or equal to 5? Yes, 0 less than or equal to 5. Because the initial value here, it is, again it is initialized to 0, right? So 0 less than or equal to 5? Yes. So if value of n is 2, 2 equal to 0 or 0 equal to 0. Yes, here this part is true. So condition is true. So print the value of binomial. What is the value of binomial? That is 1. Now increment the value of r by 1. R is equal to 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. Check the condition. Is 1 less than or equal to 2? Yes. Check this. If 2 equal to 0, no. R is 1. Is 1 equal to 0? No. This condition fails. Jump to else part. Binomial is equal to binomial 1 into 2 minus 1 plus 1 divided by 1, that is 2. Print the value of binomial, that is 2. So after this, increment the value of r by 1 and so on. So this will be repeated until this condition fails. So when we get 5 here, so 5 less than or equal to 5, yes, again this whole operation will be performed for the value n is equal to 5. When n is incremented by 1, that is when n becomes 6. Is 6 less than or equal to 5? No. The condition is false. In that case, the control comes out of this loop and it will jump to this section, that is printf. Print this line. That is nothing but which indicates the end of this table. So this is the output for this program where the value of max, that is the constant value, is 5. If we give 10, it will generate the value for 10. So here 5 to 10, again 5, after that till 10. See, observe this table. We have used for NCR, we have used the formula n factorial divided by n minus r factorial into r factorial. Apply the same. See what we got here, 5c2 is equal to 0, right? So 5c2. So what we got here, 10. See this, 5 n value, c to r value. At their intersection, what we are getting, which value getting, 10. So 5c5, what is the value? 1. 4c4, what is the value? 1. See one more here. 5c4, that is 5. See 5c4, what is the value? 5. See, this is the output of this program.